career path and skill development. And the person taking it is very, very prominent, and he's here with us. It's our very important speaker. So he will be coming on stage now. Thank God, Maduka Kalu is a visionary entrepreneur, software craftsman, and investor who has amassed extensive experience working with and building startups. He is known for his uncanny ability to develop innovative technology solutions that meet various needs and equip individuals with cutting-edge ICT skills to prepare them for the rapidly evolving job markets. As a founder and CEO of Abia Tech Hub, ThankGod is committed to providing effective and reliable software solutions that drive growth and enable businesses to achieve their goals. Abia Tech Hub has created several cutting-edge products, including Quest Host and all-in-one web hosting platform that provide everything you need to get your website online, and School 2, a learning management solution that bridges the distance gap between learners and tutors by providing an effective and interactive virtual ecosystem over the internet. Please, can you jam your hand together? ThankGod is also the driving force behind TechFlock, the largest annual tech conference in the southeastern part of Nigeria. His passion for developing communities using technology as an effective tool has earned him accolades and recognition both within and outside the tech industry. A round of applause. To his past experience, ThankGod has experience, he has knowledge and skills. ThankGod is devoted to making significant contribution to his state as he leads his team to creative tech innovators in solving problems and introducing new technologies to underdeserved communities. In recognition of his outstanding contribution to the growth of technology in the state, ThankGod was awarded the prestigious Under 35 Champion Extraordinary Award by the Abia State Government. Can you please jam your hand together as we bring to stage Mr. ThankGod Kalu.
Let's keep clapping for ourselves, please. All right, there's this exercise I normally do whenever I meet amazing people, especially the young ones. So can you guys please be upstanding? Let's do this tiny exercise. Thank you very much. I believe that every night before we sleep, some of us, they dream, yes or no? You imagine something, what you want to achieve in the next maybe 3, 4, 5 years, right? Yes or no? Please, I want us to have this one-on, like this dialectic kind of conversation, okay? I enjoyed when we do this call and response kind of a thing, okay? Thank you very much. So now we all have this imagination, this wild imagination that something we want to achieve when we grow up, right? Something you want to achieve when maybe in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Can you turn to your neighbor and tell the person exactly what you want to achieve? Tell that person. I'm going to explain why. Tell them that exact thing you want to achieve. That scary thing. That thing that is very scary. All right, let's put our hands together for ourselves. You can see it now. Like, let's have our seat. I bet we are happy to be here, right? Wow, thank you, the organizers, for setting up this amazing event. Personally, I'm super excited to see that all these kind of events are happening in Abia State. And, few years back, I think that was in 2016, Abia State was more like in their dark age. So then I used to travel to places looking for tech events. Then I would move from Abia State to Lagos for tech events, and I'll go there. I'll be seeing what these guys are doing. I'll be like, what's happening? Can this thing? Are you not seeing the correlation? Because China started with duplicating, or they started by copying products. Then as time went on, those companies brought in this thing, gave them the job to do what? Build those products. So for instance, let's say Apple is made in China. I hope you guys are aware. Your iPhones and all that. Does it mean that it's a fake product? So what I'm saying in essence is that let them keep calling us Aba-made products. One day Kuchi and the governor will come down here and tell us, okay, you guys need to start manufacturing our products so we can start exporting it. Let's put our hands together for ourselves, please. Anyway, we're talking about career opportunities in tech. Career opportunities in tech. And whenever we hear this word tech, some people confuse it with technology, you know what I mean, construction and all that. But this time around, what I'm talking about is how we can optimize our career by understanding how to use the computer. I believe most of us have gone to computer schools, and we know they told us that computer is an electronic machine that accepts data, store data, and all that, right? Good. But this time around, it's a very broad topic. And people don't know that in this age, we are in a computer age. And to that effect, it's very, very important for us to understand that with computers, we can optimize our business. With computer, we can scale our business. During our father's generation, during our father's generation, they were dependent on what we call labor, which means if I want to start a business, I'll need to hire like 50 workers, okay? Maybe laborers. Let's say I own a factory where I assemble products, okay? I'll need to hire laborers. So I need to hire like 50 laborers. Then, start paying them. So the leverage they had as at then was labor. But in this generation, your leverage is technology. How do I mean? What I'm saying in essence is that now you can decide to start up a business, and you won't need to have maybe a factory, a shop, a location. Just with your mobile phone, you can leverage on technology to build something massive. So you see that we have moved from the era of labor to the era of technology. I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. So now, but the truth of the matter is this: we need to understand how this thing works. What are the opportunities? Do I need to learn this? Yeah, people like us might be programmers, but there are other sectors in tech, other sectors in computer-related field that you can learn that is not coding. Okay? And with these specific skills, you can leverage your way to the top. That's why you see that these days, I believe you guys are familiar with people that own online stores, Instagram stores, right? And you see people that own, people that do TikTok, people that do all this social media, people that do YouTube, that have YouTube channel. All they need to do is to create content, put it out there, and make a lot of money, which means technology is now their leverage. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So you're now using technology to automate things instead of employing a lot of people. And the funny thing is, the cost of starting this is very, very cheap. All you need is your mobile phone and your internet. I'm going to give you guys an example. As around 2016, 2017, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? What can I do to make money? Okay, before then, I was doing this importation around 2012 and all that. So I was bringing in stuff from AliExpress and all that. And it was fun. But I knew that it was very, very stressful. So I now asked myself, started making research. I was like, okay, what can I do to make money without stressing myself? Maybe having an office space, getting people and all that. So I came up with this idea of setting up a web hosting platform. Now, all I needed to do was to make my research, though I already had a background knowledge. I already had a background knowledge. Now, built a platform where people can come and buy their domain. So if you want google.com, though Google is not available, if you want to buy emeka.com, you go there, pay and buy. Now, all I do now is I stay at home and I get a message, hey, someone has ordered for something. You see that I don't need to stress myself, unlike people that maybe, let's say, people that are in their shops. You need to open your shop, and all that. You need to go there and do negotiation back and forth and all that. So now, technology now became my leverage. So now we're going to be dissecting all the career opportunities in tech, and from there, we are going to now understand the different areas that we can that can benefit us. Now, the truth of the matter is that technology aids the creative industry, definitely, and it has made it a lot easier to bring creative minds and ideas closer and take those ideas forward at the same time. The mixing of technology and creativity has brought innovative ideas and avenues through which people can express themselves. I've said this earlier on. So, the truth of the matter is that creatives or tech folks are in high demands. What I mean by that is this. If we have 100 jobs, we have about 40% of those jobs are still vacant. And the beautiful thing about technology is this. It cuts across every area of the industries, which means in health, we have hospital management system. It's a tech-driven solution. Okay? In transportation, we have transportation management system. I believe you guys are familiar with GIG, right? God is good. Now, these guys have leveraged on technology. This is the same transport other people are doing by the roadside, but they have been able to leverage on what? Technology. When you come to education, you see that we have the school management software. I believe you guys are familiar with your school portals where you can check your results. Some of our kids check their results online, yes or no? During the COVID-19 period, I can recall vividly, most of us, we are learning online. Abi? So now, that is another sector, which means technology is in the education sector. Now, let's look at the government. Let's look at government. Is technology in governance? Is technology in governance? Are you guys aware that we have what we call e-governance? If you make your research, Google Estonia, you can stay here and open a company in Estonia, get your company registration number, start up a company in Estonia and pay your taxes there without going there. And you can still stay there and get your visa, like a residency in Estonia while living in Nigeria. Now, that's to show you that technology is in governance. Now, let's bring it back home. If you look at I believe you guys are familiar with CAC, right? You can go online, do your whole company registration. You don't need to be in your office, and you make your payments online. Everything happens online, and at the end of the day, they send you a PDF version of your CAC report. Are you guys familiar with that? Now, that is what e-governance. Okay? Now, what I'm saying in essence is that technology has gone everywhere. Now, the truth of the matter is this. We need people to maintain all those solutions. The truth of the matter is that you cannot build a solution and allow it to just stay there. It cannot just run by itself, which means on a regular basis, those solutions need updates. Okay? They need what? Updates. And that is where we young and old people now come in. Which means there are a lot of jobs that are available in every sector that is tech-driven. Hope you guys are learning something. Am I confusing anybody? All right. Now, what are benefits of engaging in the tech industry is that it has a higher pay than the traditional pattern. What did I say? Higher pay than the traditional pattern. Let me tell you why. I'm going to explain this in a very, very funny way. Are you aware that you can stay in Nigeria and work for a company in US? Now that dollar is very expensive, imagine if you're earning $1,000 per month. How much is it in naira? Please, correct. Do you guys understand? Let's do the max. How much is it? How much is it? And that is some people, that's their yearly salary. Yes or no? Now you see that most of us are now aware of the fact that you can live in Nigeria and work for companies outside the country. This $1,000 I'm saying is like the least for some people. Do you get? Some of us, you can charge. Okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. Some of my friends, we got this tech role and all that, and we were building solutions for them. So they decided to, and the way it works is this: you have this tracker on your system that tracks the number of hours you work per day. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Which means if you are being paid $10 per hour, if you are being paid $20 per hour, it means that if you work for 10 hours, that's how much? Please follow me. That's how much? 200. So if you do that for a week and do that for a month, that's your what? Pay. And yes, definitely they're going to take their tax. You know, most of us are not even familiar with the whole taxing system. But the truth of the matter is this: technology has this high pay, such that if you can live in Nigeria and work remotely, you can save yourself of this stress, all this economic stress in Nigeria now. So that's one of the benefits of tech. The second one is this: it fits into various fields. I've talked about this. Now, and third one is work-life balance. Let me explain this. Work-life balance. The beautiful thing about this about tech is this: some of us, some of our parents always complain, why is this guy staying at home? Like me, I spend much of my time at home. And you see me, beside my bed is my laptop. I'll just get a Slack message. Hey, you need to correct this bug. I'll just hop on my system. And people were wondering, your friends are going out, others are going out, and you're just staying at home. What are you doing at home? What am I saying in essence? It's flexible for you to work there. Because your traditional working environment, you have to run to the office by 8 o'clock. Yes or no? Then stay till what? 5 o'clock. And yet this is the annoying part of this. The annoying part of this traditional working method is this: they don't pay you based on productivity. They pay you based on attendance. That's why you see some people, they'll come to work, sit down from morning till evening, and they have not achieved anything. Some of them will stay there and be peeling egusi. Once it's 4 o'clock, they will go. Yes or no? Good. And I went to a government office and I saw someone sitting there doing just one thing, like accepting papers and all that. I told my friend that I cannot do this job. If you give me this job, I will kill myself. Because personally, I love doing creative jobs. I can't do a job like a robot. Like, you know what I mean? When someone comes in, gives you a paper, you sign, you give the person, you sit down and keep watching movies. You know that kind of a thing. It's going to bore me out. I love creative jobs. So personally, I can stay in my house and be roaming about. Then all of a sudden I'll stand up, hop to my system and start coding. I'll write code for maybe like 3 hours off my system, push it to the repository, write my report, and start playing my game. Now, as funny as it is, some people will think that, what is this guy doing? You're wasting your time. What are you doing? But that kind of work requires what? Creativity. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. And these people pays you based on how creative you are. So there's a vast difference between activity and creativity. There's this, when I was starting my career in tech, I worked in a university and I was told to resume work by 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, and we'll close by 4 o'clock. So I went to the owner of the school. It's a university in Abia State. I won't call the name. I told the owner of the school that I cannot do that. He looked at me. He said, okay. Why? Because he will call me by 12 midnight and tell me, hey, there's something we need to add on the school website. I need you to correct it for me. Like, when people are maybe at home, in the middle of the night, I'm adding more updates on the school website. Now, when I get to the office, I get a lot of disturbance from people, all these staff, students, and all that. And as I'm being disturbed, I can't think clearly to do my work. I mean, the creative work, because my job there is to make sure that the school portal is updated, everything is working fine and all that. So he himself understood that this my line of work is something that is very, very flexible. So that is one of the advantage of working in a tech industry. You have work-life balance. It is flexible. You don't need to go to an office to do the job. You can just stay in your house, build your solution, run the maintenance, and go and do other things with your life. Okay? The next one is valued work. Valued work. I said it here that you are being paid based on what? Productivity, and not just what? Activity. Productivity is very, very important. And the beautiful thing about tech, the next one is constant evolution. Constant evolution. Now, I told my friends that I always, as a matter of fact, let me be honest with you guys, I get paid to learn to learn new things. That's one beautiful thing about tech. So you get paid to learn what? New things. Now, let's say for instance, you want to develop an app, and you want that app to be used by 500,000 persons. Now, the technology I used before, I normally used to build something that works for 500, for let's say 500 person, might not be the kind of technology I need to build for people that have that, for 500,000 users. So I will now have to learn something new in order to do what? Build that technology. So the beautiful thing about tech is that every day the technology is changing, things are changing, and you keep learning new things on a regular basis. So it can't bore you out. So you don't just sit in an office and you're just doing nothing. The beautiful thing about technology is that you can learn, you keep learning every single day as you work. Okay? So also, another advantage is this. You have advancement in opportunity and the expansion of mind. So now, but the truth of the matter is this. If you want to go into technology, if you want to go into tech, you need some soft skills. Let me be honest with you guys. What makes you successful in the tech industry are soft skills, not hard skills. And I'm going to list them. One is communication. Communication is very, very important. Now, there's, this thing we do as young people, and it baffles me a lot. We stay on WhatsApp on a regular basis. Yes or no? We stay on WhatsApp, and we like chatting. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes when you don't reply people's messages, they'll say, hey, you're not communicating. Now, the truth of the matter is that when you look at what you are chatting with the person, how are you? I'm fine. What did you eat? I ate this. It's not productive, okay? Now, but in tech industry, you must learn how to communicate with your colleagues and your superior. And also, you must learn how to dilute these facts for people that are not tech inclined. Do you understand what I'm saying? You must learn how to dilute the whole terminologies for people that are not what? Tech inclined. So that is communication. Number two is organization. You must learn how to organize yourself. Now, how do I mean? Some people don't know how to back up their stuff. Let's assume now I work in a company. What I do basically is when I get a job in a company, I create a folder for that company. So everything we do, every communication we do, I keep it in that folder on my laptop. Okay? So after a while, I will drag that folder into my Google Drive. So that if I'm on the road and you tell me, thank God, I need you to send me this particular document, I will instantly fetch it and send to you. So you need to be organized if you want to succeed in the tech industry. Next thing is resourcefulness. When they ask you, thank God, do you know how to do this? You don't need to say, I don't know. Okay? Try and do what? A little research. Google the stuff and Google that thing and try to know if you can have an idea of what that thing is. I think I have 5 minutes left, so I need to be very, very fast now. So resourcefulness. Next one is problem solving. Other one is collaboration, organization, and analytical abilities. Now, here are some tech careers for creatives. One is web development, learning how to build a website. We have visual design. We have the UI and UX design. We have the AR, which we call augmented reality. I believe we're familiar with this eyeglass that we are now, right? This eyeglass, some of us see it at ShopRite. That's augmented reality. We have the video game design. We have the multimedia design. We have the mobile design. We have the product packaging design. Then we have the social media management. Most of you that spend time chatting on WhatsApp can get a job to manage people's social media. Are you aware? Rather than wasting your time online, go and learn a tech skill. Learn how to use Microsoft Word, Excel, Asana, ClickUp, and all that. Then you apply for roles on Upwork as a virtual assistant or as a social media manager. And you earn in USD. Do you get, rather than spending your time chatting on WhatsApp and wasting your time? Now, we have animation. We have digital production. Now, how do you secure a job? I want to talk about this because it's very, very important. How do you secure a job in the tech industry? Number one is this: identify your skill of interest or career path. Know your skill of interest, very, very important. So identify your skill of interest. The next thing is study the fundamentals and discover the right tools. Study the fundamentals and discover the right tools. Understand the basics. That's what it means. Understand the basics and know the right tools. The next thing to do, in order to build your self-confidence, you need to build projects. Try and experiment with those basic knowledge. Next thing is you enroll for an internship. Internship is more like mentorship. Enroll for an internship and try to know how this thing works in that your field or in that your area. The next thing is network. Go for events like this. Travel around. Go for events like this. Try to meet people. Next thing is you build a portfolio. A portfolio can be your CV. You create your join Twitter and talk about what you do. Create your LinkedIn profile. Talk about what you do. The next thing is take supplementary courses to upskill yourself, because you need to keep upskilling yourself. And you build your network. Keep building networks. And at each point, you keep customizing or optimizing your skill sets. The next thing is research the company you want to apply for. Now, there are different companies. I'm going to give you guys a few so that you guys can write it down. We have Golans, we have Upwork, we have LinkedIn, we have Indeed. Okay? These are companies where you can apply for tech roles. Then, and that thing is this: try and join a community. Try and join a community. Now, the truth of the matter is this: tech is the future. Believe you me. And there's something Vusi Tombukwayo, one of my role models, will say. He said that if you are running a business with the knowledge you had 5 years ago, you're already out of business. It's like a fan that just went off. It won't just go off immediately. Just keep turning till it goes off. So you keep upskilling yourself and building your skill sets. Then you keep applying for jobs. Okay? So, and don't forget, join a community. Join a community. Join a community. Thank you very much. Okay, I wanted to ask questions. Are there questions? All right. Okay. Let me just take one question, please. All right, just let me know.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
So please, my question is, someone that is studying on cybersecurity. Now, how would this person be able to master it? Number one, that's very important. Master it and gain trust from the clients.
There's a way I think. I try to dissect issues using the first principle. Now, the question is this: what do we know by cybersecurity? we need to understand the concept behind what cybersecurity. A lot of websites are being hacked. To be honest, Nigerian banks are not secure. I hope you guys are aware. Yes. Like, they are very porous. You can run a query and wipe out a lot. That's why you see that a lot of us are being hacked and all that. Do you get? So now the truth of the matter is this: the way most of the times, the way you earn trust most of the times is by identifying vulnerabilities on the company's platform. There's this thing Facebook does where if you find a bug is more like maybe an issue on their site where someone can penetrate. Once you find that bug and report it to Facebook, they will give you $50,000. So you need to earn their trust by, first of all, telling them where they have problems. Do you get? So if you come to me and tell me that, see, my house, look at this place is not secure, this place is not secure, and I know that you that know will have gone there to take something, I will know that, okay, at least I can trust you. Make sense? All right.
Thank you very much.